Is the DJI Mavic 4 Pro still the undisputed king of creator drones? Or has it crossed that line where power turns into overkill? That is the real question hanging over this long-term review. On paper, the Mavic 4 Pro looks unstoppable. A triple-camera Hasselblad setup, a radically redesigned gimbal, longer flight times, and smarter obstacle avoidance than ever before. But specs alone do not tell the full story. Today, we are breaking down what actually matters after living with this drone in real creative workflows, and whether upgrading really makes sense for today's creators. The biggest and most immediately noticeable upgrade on the Mavic 4 Pro is the new gimbal system. This is not just a small tweak. The entire camera assembly feels more flexible, more expressive, and more ambitious. The ability to rotate the gimbal 90 degrees for true vertical video feels almost mandatory in 2026. But DJI goes further. Smooth horizon rolls, Dutch tilts, and upward angles reaching roughly 70 degrees give the Mavic 4 Pro a cinematic range that previous Mavics simply could not touch. It almost feels like a stabilized turret floating in the air, allowing shots that would have required complex maneuvers before. This is not a gimmick. It genuinely expands storytelling options, especially when tracking subjects above or below the drone. At the heart of the Mavic 4 Pro sits its 3-camera array, and the main camera is clearly the star. The 4/3 sensor now offers a claimed 100-megapixel mode using quad Bayer technology, alongside a cleaner 25-megapixel option for low light. The new 28mm equivalent lens with an f2 aperture brings in significantly more light than before, making dusk and early evening shots far more usable. This camera delivers stunning detail in 6K and oversampled 4K footage, with 4K at 120 frames per second available when needed, though with a noticeable crop. The secondary 70mm camera remains competent but familiar, while the upgraded 168mm telephoto sensor offers better brightness and focus performance than its predecessor. Image quality still drops compared to the main sensor, but the creative reach is often worth the trade-off. Flying the Mavic 4 Pro feels more composed than any Mavic before it. Subject tracking has improved noticeably, especially at longer distances and more extreme angles. Vehicles can be locked onto from roughly 200 meters away, and the drone holds focus even when objects briefly block the view. The extended gimbal movement plays a big role here, allowing the camera to maintain framing instead of hitting mechanical limits. Obstacle avoidance has also taken a leap forward, thanks to 6 fisheye cameras and a front-facing LiDAR system. In low light and near darkness, the drone remains impressively aware of its surroundings, stopping or rerouting before collisions. This level of confidence fundamentally changes how bold pilots feel, for better or worse. The new BWX341 battery pushes flight times up to an impressive 51 minutes under ideal conditions. Combined with the parallel charging hub, downtime between flights is dramatically reduced. The hub's ability to balance battery levels and even act as a high-wattage power bank adds real-world value. The new RC2 Pro remote may be one of the most underrated upgrades. A brighter articulating screen, 4-hour battery life, 10-bit video preview, and fold-away joysticks make it feel purpose-built for professionals. Wireless transmission now stretches up to 30 kilometers with 10-bit HDR, and file transfers can happen without removing the drone from the bag, which sounds small until you rely on it daily. Video quality from the Mavic 4 Pro is the best seen in the Mavic line, and only trails DJI's much larger Inspire platform. D-Log captures excellent dynamic range, though slight overexposure is recommended to avoid noise. Standard profiles look punchy and ready to deliver, while HLG provides quick HDR playback options. The lack of ProRes or ProRes RAW may disappoint some, hinting that DJI could be saving that feature for a future cinema variant. Still, for most creators, the results are more than sufficient. The main camera's footage is sharp, flexible, and cinematic, while the telephoto lenses provide creative angles that justify their compromises. The DJI Mavic 4 Pro is not a revolutionary leap. It is a careful, confident refinement of an already excellent platform. Nearly everything is better than the Mavic 3 Pro, but rarely in dramatic ways. Battery life is longer, tracking is smarter, cameras gather more light, and the gimbal unlocks new creative movement. For working professionals and serious creators, it remains the most practical high-end drone available today. For casual users, it may feel excessive, but in a market where DJI still dominates, the Mavic 4 Pro sits alone. Not because it's flashy, but because it quietly does everything right. So, is it still the king? Absolutely. The real question is whether you need the crown. Drop your thoughts in the comments.
What if DJI made the pocketable drone you actually want to take everywhere? Today we're unpacking the Neo 2 to see whether it fixes the original Neo's annoying flaws and becomes the definitive palm-launch drone for casual creators. I'll cover the visible design tweaks, the new dual-axis gimbal and image upgrades, the big leap in obstacle sensing, flight behavior and battery realities, plus pricing and who should buy it. Stick around. The obstacle avoidance section is the part that turns a clumsy toy into something you can trust in real environments. The Neo 2 keeps the familiar Whoop style but feels more considered. It is roughly 151 grams without the transceiver and about 160 grams with it, keeping it under the key registration limit in many countries. DJI trimmed weight, tightened joints, added a small front display, and introduced a rear transceiver pod on certain versions that enables remote controllers and headsets. The propeller guards are still integrated, which keeps it safe for busy public shoots, and the little front display finally replaces confusing icons with readable telemetry. These are subtle changes, but they matter when you're shooting fast and do not want to fumble for your phone. Image hardware looks similar on paper but behaves better. The Neo 2 reportedly runs the same 12-megapixel 1/2-inch sensor, but now uses a mechanical 2-axis gimbal instead of a single-axis mount, paired with rock-steady electronic stabilization and improved processing. That combo keeps horizons level during aggressive moves and gives you smoother pans and tilts without heavy cropping. Video options move up too, with higher frame rate modes that make slow motion useful rather than gimmicky. In practical terms, footage looks cleaner and more usable straight out of the drone, which is exactly what casual creators need. This is the Neo 2's headline. DJI added omnidirectional sensing with a mix of vision sensors, forward-facing LiDAR, and downward infrared detection. Where the original Neo could be crash-prone in automated modes, the Neo 2 reads its surroundings and avoids obstacles proactively. Forward sensors detect objects at distances useful for higher speed flight, while other sensors handle close-in maneuvers. For beginners and travelers, that means fewer heart-stopping moments and less dependence on manual control. If crash risk was your main hesitation with the Neo, this change alone makes the Neo 2 feel like a different class of product. In the air, the Neo 2 feels calmer and more mature. The upgraded motors and tuned flight controller resist wind better and hover with less twitch. You can fly controller free with the handy front display and 3 side buttons, or bring in the DJI Fly app for more precise inputs, or use an RC controller where available. The optional transceiver expands compatibility with DJI accessories, but is not required for standard operation. Flight time still trends toward short sessions, so multiple batteries remain a sensible purchase, but improved efficiency means more useful airtime per battery than before. The Neo 2 launches in tiered packages: a base drone option, a Fly More combo with extra batteries, and a motion combo that adds a motion controller and immersive headset adapter. The price increased modestly versus the original Neo, but the added dual-axis gimbal, enhanced sensors, doubled onboard storage, and improved telemetry show clear value. For first-time buyers, the base kit looks compelling. For creators who want longer shoots and more control, the Fly More or motion bundles become attractive. Also note, DJI's regional availability remains selective, which may affect purchase options in some countries. If you want a truly pocketable drone that produces usable cinematic clips and reduces the chance of accidental loss, the Neo 2 is a meaningful upgrade and a solid buy. If you only need quick social clips and already own the original Neo, it is less urgent, though the better stabilization and sensing are tempting. For travelers, vloggers, and beginners who value one-handed launches and safer automated shots, this is one of the most sensible, affordable options on the market right now. Which feature would push you to upgrade? The dual-axis gimbal, the omnidirectional avoidance, or the motion bundle extras? Drop your pick in the comments, like if this helped, and subscribe for the full footage breakdown and side-by-side comparisons next.